Hi, welcome to our electromagnetic theory course. In today's class, we will discuss about electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. Initially, we consider finite line charge, then we will extend our discussion to infinite line charge. What is meant by infinite line charge? Means here we have the charge that is distributed uniformly throughout the length of the line. The length of the line is infinite. Okay. We have different types of charges: point charge, line charge, surface charge and volume charge. In case of the line charge, charge equal to what? That is for line charge, Q is equal to what? Integral rho L dEL. Okay. We know that electric field intensity due to point charge is given by what? From Coulomb's law, E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon R square into AR. What about AR? AR is nothing but R bar by mod R bar, or else simply R bar by R. Okay. R is nothing but this mod R bar. Here in this case, E can be written as what? Q by 4 pi epsilon R square into this R bar. R bar is nothing but R only. Then we can write this as R cube into R bar. What is R bar? R bar is the distance vector. Distance vector means that is the vector from starting point to ending point, or else starting point to terminating point. Okay. Now in this case, we need to replace this Q with this line charge. So that's why E equal to what? That is integral rho L dL by 4 pi epsilon. Okay. Consider the medium as free space, that is 4 pi epsilon naught. Epsilon becomes epsilon naught for free space. 4 pi epsilon naught R cube into R bar. Now let us consider a line charge extended from A to B, like this. So consider Cartesian coordinate system like this. It is X, it is our Y, and this is Z. Line charge extended from A to B along Z axis like this, A to B, of length. Here in this case, the length of the line is finite. Of course, here finite length of L. Okay. It is extended from lower end as A and upper end as B. Okay. That means line charge is placed along a Z axis. Line charge is placed along a Z axis of length L. In order to find the field, we require the field point. Let us take field point. At this location. Field point is P, point P, and we require, in order to get that E, we require source. Source is nothing but what? Line charge. Let us consider a source point of length dl, that is differential length dl. So the length of this point is dl. Okay. If I add all these, let us consider all the points on this A to B as like this. If I add all these points, I will get a line charge extended from A to B. Okay. So source point I am taking as C. So let us take this point of length. So the length of this point is dl, and this point is taken as C, and take that point as 0 0 z dash. As it is along z axis, x y components are 0. We have z component, that is z dash, 0 0 z dash, 0 0 z dash. Let us join this point C and P like this. So it is starting point, it is ending point. So we will get distance vector R bar like this. The length between this C and P is nothing but our R. Here we have R cube, that means R is nothing but what? The length, or else distance between C and P. Okay, R bar is nothing but a distance vector between 2 points, that is starting point C and ending point P. It is source point, it is field point. C is source point, C is source point, and P is field point. P is field point. Okay. For this case, as we consider the line charge along z axis, this dl can be taken as what? dz. More exactly, as we consider source point at this location, that is point C. So here we consider point as z dash. So that's why dl can be taken as what? dz dash. Okay. Of length, the length of this point is dl. So that's why dl is taken as what? dz dash. Means this point may be shifted downward like this, the downside at point A and upside at point B. Clear? Okay. That means this indicates what? Change in the shift, change in this point that may be shifted downward up to A or up to B. So that's why change in that point C is nothing but represented like this, that is dl equal to dz dash. And what about r bar? If you know r bar, we can determine this r, from that we can determine r cube. What about r bar? R bar is the distance vector. Distance vector can be obtained by terminating the starting point from the terminating point. So here terminating point, let us consider a random point. So that is x comma y comma z. Point P is taken as what? Point P is taken as what? P of x comma y comma z. And point C is taken as what? 0 0 z dash. So x coordinates are what? For the terminating point, x coordinate is x, and for the starting point it is 0, x minus 0 ax, and for y coordinates it is what? Y minus 0 ay. For z, so terminating point coordinate is z, and starting point it is z minus z dash a z. Okay, this is r bar. Now find this r. We need to determine this r cube also. So r is nothing but what? Mod r bar. We can determine the magnitude of any vector like this, that is mod x component whole square plus y component whole square plus z component whole square. So x component here is what? X into ax, that is x only. So that's why x square. Y into y minus 0 into ay, that is y. So y component is y square. And what about z component? Z component is, that is z minus z dash whole square. We know that relationship between rho and this x comma y, x and y. Here we need to write this r bar in case in cylindrical coordinate system. Why we need to write that r bar in cylindrical coordinate system? In order to find electric field intensity due to this infinite line charge. Let us take line charge. Line is similar to what? Line is symmetrical to, not similar, line is symmetrical to cylinder. So it is a line of length equal to like this. Okay, it is symmetrical to what? A cylinder. Okay, cross sectional area is symmetrical to what? A cylinder. Okay, so that's why convert this or else write this r bar in cylindrical coordinate system. Cylindrical coordinate system means what? Components are rho pi z, rho pi z. Now we know that rho, the relationship between rho and x comma y comma z, rho can be written as what? Under root x square plus y square. Rho square means what? That is x square plus y square. Here we have x square plus y square, x square plus y square. So that's why that r can be written as what? Under root, we have x square plus y square, that x square plus y square can be written as what? Rho square plus z minus z dash whole square. Now it is, this r can be written in terms of what? Rho z. There is no pi component, means we can write from this. Therefore r bar is nothing but what? A vector can be represented in case of cylindrical coordinate system, rho component into a rho, pi component into a pi, z component into a z. Here we have rho component and z component only. So that's why we can write rho component, only rho component, means remaining component is 0. That is only rho component is what? Under root rho square, that gives what? Rho only. Under root rho square gives what? Rho only. So that is rho into unit vector along rho direction is a rho. Similarly, there is no pi component, only z component. What about z component? This component only, that is under root z minus z dash whole square. So this square and this root cancel out, remaining component is what? Z minus z dash. So that's why we have what? Z minus z dash into a z. I am repeating once again. In order to write the vector in any coordinate system, we need to find the components along rho pi z. What about component along rho? Only rho component, means under root rho square, gives rho only. Along rho direction we have rho, means rho into a rho. Along z direction, so this component only, that is under root z minus z dash whole square. This root and this square cancel out, we have z minus z dash along z direction. So this is the our r bar in cylindrical coordinate system, and it is about r. From this we can write r cube. What about r cube? R cube can be written as r square into r. What about r square? R is this one, r square means, so square and this root cancelled out, we will get that is rho square plus z minus z dash whole square into r means what? That is rho square plus z minus z dash whole square. So under root of this one, means root means what? Whole power 1 by 2. It is power 1, it is 1 by 2. Finally we can write this r cube as what? So it is, let us say it is a to the power m into a to the power n, means a to the power m plus 1. M is 1 and n is 1 by 2. That is a to the power m into a to the power n gives what? A to the power m plus n. In this case, what about a? Our a is rho square plus z minus z dash. What about, rho square plus z minus z dash whole square. This is our a. What about m? M is 1. M is here power 1 and n is what? 1 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2 gives what? 3 by 2. So this is about r cube. R cube, and we have r bar. This is our r bar and it is r cube. Now substitute this r bar, r cube and dl in this equation. Let us take this as equation 1. Substitute r bar, r cube in equation 1. We have this r cube and r bar is here. Okay. In equation 1, we will get that E in terms of what? In cylindrical coordinate system. R bar in cylindrical coordinate system. Now let us write that part here. Substitute dl r bar r cube in equation 1. In equation 1, we will get what? That is E, of course E bar, as it is vector quantity, E bar equal to what? Integral, it is integration rho L dl. Dl is nothing but what? dz dash. Here differential length dl, okay, a small length, that is dz dash. Here point is taken as 0 0 z dash. dl is dz dash by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. What about r cube? R cube is this value, this is rho square, okay, that is rho square plus z minus z dash whole square whole power 3 by 2. It is whole power 3 by 2 into rho L is over, dl is over, 4 pi epsilon naught, r cube is also over. We have r bar. What about r bar? This is r bar. R bar is rho into a rho plus z minus z dash into a z. That is r bar is rho into a rho plus z minus z dash into a z. Rho into a rho plus z minus z dash into a z. It has rho component and a z component. Rho component this one, that is under root rho square, and z component under root z minus z dash whole square, that is z minus z dash into a z. So this is about our E bar. Okay. Now if you see this expression here, integration with respect to what? Z dash. Integration with respect to what? Z dash. Why we need to take integration with respect to Z dash? Because our line is extended from A to B, but we consider this point Z dash means what? This point, but it may be shifted downside up to A and upside it may be shifted up to B. Okay, so that's why this leads to what? Change in that Z dash. That's why we have what? dz dash. Okay, if this Z dash changes, what happens? If the Z dash changes, that change leads to like this. let us consider another reference point on z axis. Let us say it is C. As it is changed along the z axis, take that reference point. It is not C, already it is C. Let us take this point as T. Okay, as it is along z axis, this point is taken as 0 0 z. Means the distance from this origin to that point T is nothing but what? Z. Of course, the distance from this origin to this point C is what? Z dash. Clear? The distance from origin to this point C is Z dash, and the distance from origin to this point T is Z. And let us take this is point P. The distance between this one, let us draw a perpendicular line or else straight line from this point, reference point to this one. So this distance is nothing but what? Reference axis is z axis, and this is what? A perpendicular distance from this reference point, that is T, to this field point. So this is nothing but what? Rho is the perpendicular distance from the reference axis. Already we studied in cylindrical coordinate system. Rho is the perpendicular distance or else shortest distance from the reference axis. Okay, we can take this distance as what? Rho from z axis. Okay, and here we will get some angle alpha. This alpha is what? Angle between this CP and the TP. Suppose if this point is shifted downside up to point A, in that case we may get angle. What I am saying, if this point is shifted downside up to point A, in that case we have a distance vector becomes like this, and in that case we will get angle, subtended angle like this, that is alpha 1. Okay, of course this point may be shifted upside up to point B. In that case we have a distance vector from this point, source point becomes this point, that is point B, and in that case I am drawing with this black color. Okay, so this is our alpha for the initial source point or else exact source point, that is alpha, whereas in this case it becomes what? For downside means lower end, it becomes as alpha 1. Suppose if it is shifted to upside for the point B, in that case we will get angle like this, that angle is nothing but what? Alpha 2. Okay, for point C angle is alpha, for point A angle is alpha 1, for point B angle is alpha 2. Means what? If this change, okay, if this point shifted downside or upside, means change in that z dash, that is nothing but what? dz dash, leads to what? Change in the alpha. Means here the change leads to what? Change in the alpha. Now we can change this order of integration from z dash to alphas. Okay, so that means z dash to alpha, not alphas, alpha. So here lower limit is what? For the lower limit we consider a line charge, finite line charge extended from A to B. For the lower one we will get what? That is ZA dash. For the upper end we will get what? ZB dash. Now change the order of integration from z dash to alpha. Why order of integration is changed from z dash to alpha? If this change, if this z dash changes, means shifted to downside, that gives what? Angle alpha 1, and for the upside it gives what? Angle alpha 2 with the reference line or perpendicular line is nothing but what? Alpha 2. Okay, in order to change order of integration from z dash to alpha, we need to derive relationship between that z dash and alpha. Let us define tan alpha for the triangle CPT. It is P, CPT from triangle CPT tan alpha this triangle. Okay, tan alpha means what? Adjacent one, sorry, opposite one by adjacent one. Opposite is what? C2T by adjacent one is nothing but what? That is TP. So or else PT. Okay, CT by PT. What is CT? First write PT. PT is what? Perpendicular distance, that is rho, clearly. And what about CT? CT is along z axis. CT is along a z axis. That means ear to ear distance. Okay, the CT is nothing but what? OT minus this entire distance, total distance, OT minus OC. OT minus OC. What is OT? Origin to this point is Z, and OC means this point is Z dash, that is Z minus Z dash by rho. From this we can write Z minus Z dash into rho is equal to what? Rho tan alpha. Z minus Z dash equivalent to, send this rho to this side, that implies what? Z minus Z dash equal to rho tan alpha. Okay, here we can write dz dash from this one. That means Z dash is represented in terms of the alpha. Okay, if Z dash changes, that leads to what? Change in the alpha. Means Z dash changes means downside or upside. Downside means it becomes alpha 1 up to lower end, and for the upper end it becomes alpha 2. So differentiate on both sides. Differentiate on both sides with respect to Z dash, because we require dz dash na. So that's why dz dash, this z is treated as what? Constant, a reference point, that is 0 0 z. We can take point here. Okay, so then dz dash equal to what? It is constant. Why it is treated as constant? This alpha changes due to change in what? Z dash, not due to this rho. Okay, so that's why dz dash equal to what? Of course here I have minus sign, minus dz dash. Rho is constant, change in z dash leads to change in the alpha. Differentiation of tan alpha is nothing but what? Secant square alpha into d alpha. Why d alpha? Differentiation is with respect to this z dash. Change in dz dash gives what? Okay, differentiate, apply differentiation on both sides, not with respect to z dash. With respect to z dash it gives 1. Okay na? Differentiate on both sides, apply differentiation on both sides, apply differentiation on both sides. Change in, apply differentiation on both sides. Change in z dash leads to what? Alpha. We require change in this z dash, so that's why dz dash equal to what? Rho secant square alpha d alpha. Here we have minus sign because of this z minus z dash. This is treated as constant. Please remember, this is treated as constant. Okay, now we require what? This minus dz dash, or else dz dash is equal to what? Rho secant square alpha into d alpha. And one more thing, z minus z dash is written as what? Z minus z dash is written as what? Rho tan alpha. So this equation, and dz dash. Now substitute that z minus z dash, z minus z dash, z minus z dash, or else minus dz dash equal to minus of rho secant square alpha d alpha. Now we can write okay, sorry, it is x axis, y axis, z axis. Now substitute z minus z dash and dz dash in equation 2. Let us take this as equation 2. First of all, limits are changing from ZA dash to Z dash to alpha 1 to alpha 2. So that means E equal to what? Integral alpha 1 to alpha 2. For ZA dash alpha 1, for ZB dash alpha 2, alpha 1 to alpha 2. Rho L. What about dz dash? That is dz dash is nothing but minus, here we have minus rho secant square alpha into d alpha by, that is dz dash, by 4 pi epsilon naught rho square into that rho square. What about z minus z dash? Z minus z dash is this one, but here we have z minus z dash whole square. Z minus z dash is that one, but we have z minus z dash whole square, means that becomes what? Apply whole square on both sides, that is z minus z dash whole square equal to what? Rho square tan square alpha, rho square tan square alpha whole power 3 by 2. Okay, rho L into dz dash 4 pi epsilon naught. This part is over. Remaining is what? Rho into a rho. Rho into a rho. I am writing that part here into this part into this entire thing into, that is rho a rho. And what about z minus z dash? Z minus z dash is this one, rho into a rho. Z minus z dash is what? Z minus z dash is rho into tan alpha, rho into tan alpha into rho into a rho over z minus z dash is replaced with rho into tan alpha into az, into az. Remember one thing, this part into this part, okay, both are okay, it is multiplied with this one. Now simplify this one, we will get electric field intensity due to finite line charge extended from A to B. Now write this E bar here, okay. We need to simplify that E bar. First write that E bar. It is a lengthy derivation. Of course, it is useful for your engineering services examination. E bar equal to what? Now write clearly E bar. It is minus, okay, rho L into minus. I am writing that minus sign here. Integral. Integration is from alpha 1 to alpha 2. Alpha 1 to alpha 2. Rho L, rho suffix L, that is line charge density, rho L, into that rho secant square alpha into d alpha by 4 pi epsilon naught into rho square. I am taking this rho square as common here, so that is rho square is common, rho square here, rho square, taking that rho square as common, rho square remaining part is 1, rho square into tan square alpha. If I take rho square as common, remaining part is what? Tan square alpha whole power 3 by 2 into this part, that is rho into a rho plus rho into tan alpha az. Means what? I can take this rho as common, that is into this one, this part into, so take rho as common here, rho into a rho, remaining part is what? Rho into a rho. If I take rho as common, remaining part is tan alpha into az, okay, tan alpha into az. Here this rho into rho, E bar minus integration with respect to alpha, limits are from alpha 1 to alpha 2, rho L, rho suffix L, that is a line charge density. Here rho, this rho into rho, that gives what? Rho square secant square alpha into d alpha by 4 pi epsilon naught rho square into 1 plus tan square alpha is nothing but what? Secant square alpha. 1 plus tan square alpha is what? I am writing here 1 plus tan square alpha is equal to what? Secant square alpha, okay, or else secant square alpha minus tan square alpha is 1. So here we require what? 1 plus tan square alpha can be written as what? Secant square alpha. Already here we have what? Rho square. 1 plus tan square alpha can be written as what? Secant square alpha whole power 3 by 2. Here rho into rho means we have taken this rho here, that means rho into rho square. Remaining part is what? Remaining part is nothing but a rho plus tan alpha into az. Clear? Now this can be written like this, that is integral alpha 1 alpha 2. It is not rho suffix L means line charge density, that is rho L into rho square secant square alpha into d alpha by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is what? Rho square secant square alpha means rho into secant alpha whole square. So this square rho secant square alpha whole power 3 by 2 means this square and this by 2 cancelled out. Remaining part is what? That is rho, or else I am writing this one as what? Rho square means rho square secant square alpha, basically rho square secant square alpha. I can write this one what? Rho secant alpha whole square. This square and this by 2 cancel out. Remaining part is what? That is whole cube. That is rho cube secant cube alpha. Clear? This square, that means this square secant square alpha. This by 2 cancelled out. Remaining part is what? Rho cube secant cube alpha into a rho plus tan alpha into a z. Now simplify this. Again we can simplify this rho square and this cube cancelled out. That means rho square by rho cube gives what? By rho. And here integration with respect to alpha means remaining are treated as constants. Rho L is name itself, it is uniform line charge density, means it is constant, that is rho L is constant. Only write alpha terms and only you need to consider the alpha terms inside the integration. Remaining need to be write outside of the integration. What about remaining? 4 pi epsilon naught is also constant. 4 pi is constant, epsilon naught is also constant, and of course rho itself is constant because it is a perpendicular distance, that is the distance is constant. Secant square alpha means this secant square alpha, this cube cancel out, means 1 by secant alpha, 1 by secant alpha into the d alpha, means we can write that is 1 by secant alpha, 1 by secant alpha, 1 by secant alpha into d alpha into a rho plus tan alpha a z, tan alpha a z. 1 by secant alpha means what? Cos alpha. 1 by secant alpha is nothing but what? We can write this as what? 1 by secant alpha is nothing but cos alpha into d alpha, cos alpha into d alpha, means we can write, sorry I forgot to write this integration here, alpha 1 to alpha 2 integration with respect to d alpha. Now we can write this one, that is E bar is equal to minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. These are the constants, that's why written outside of the integration. We have integration from with respect to what? Alpha 1 to alpha 2. Okay, I will write this d alpha after this one, that means okay, we can write this d alpha at the end, that is cos alpha into a rho, cos alpha into a rho. What about this tan alpha? Tan alpha can be written as what? I am writing here a rho. Tan alpha can be written as what? Sin alpha by cos alpha. We can write tan alpha as what? Sin alpha by cos alpha into az. Okay, means here cos alpha, this cos alpha cancel out. Remaining part is what? That is plus sin alpha into az, sin alpha into az. Of course this one into what? D alpha. I am writing the d alpha at the end. Okay, this is all about E bar equal to minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught integral alpha 1 to alpha 2 cos alpha a rho plus sin alpha az d alpha. It is the electric field intensity due to what? Finite line charge. Now let us simplify this integration. Let us simplify this integration. That is integral, okay, or else I will write that part here. E bar is equal to what? E bar is equal to minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. Now perform the integration. Integration of cos alpha is nothing but what? Sin alpha into a rho, sin alpha into a rho. Limits are from alpha 1 to alpha 2, and okay, integration of that integral sin alpha is nothing but what, minus cos alpha, minus cos alpha. Limits are from where, okay, sorry, cos alpha into az. Limits are from where to where, where to where, alpha 1 to alpha 2, alpha 1 to alpha 2. Integral cos alpha gives what, sin alpha, and integral sin alpha gives what, minus cos alpha. Limits are from alpha 1 to alpha 2. We need to substitute that limits alpha 1, alpha 2. Now we can write this one like this, that is E bar equal to what, send this minus side to this side, we will get what, that is rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. Limits are nothing but what, minus upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit. In this case it becomes what, sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1 into arrow, into arrow, plus y plus minus into minus becomes plus cos alpha upper limit, that is cos alpha 2 minus lower limit, that is cos alpha 1 into az, into az. Okay, if you perform the integration we will get like this. It is what, electric field intensity due to finite line charge extended from A to B. Okay, now for infinite line charge, basically we consider a line charge like this, that is, it is x axis, it is y axis, it is z axis, extended from A to B. So for the finite line charge we consider this as point A, point B, it is origin. But in case of infinite line charge, A should be started where, infinite means negative z axis, negative infinity, and point B should be at a positive infinity, point A should be at a minus infinity, okay, point B should be at a positive infinity along z axis. Okay, so that's why for infinite line charge, basically it is, you need to remember, this is very important. In case of the finite line charge, electric field intensity, it is what, E due to finite line charge, okay, we can take any line charge but the length should be finite. Okay, in case of infinite line charge, for infinite line charge it is a special case. For infinite line charge, in the starting of this lecture I told that initially we will derive the electric field intensity due to finite line charge, then we will extend our discussion for the infinite line charge. Okay, for infinite line charge, A should be, point A is 0 0 minus infinity, and B should be at what, 0 0 infinity. If A is infinity means what, I forgot to write that thing. Okay, once go back to the video, see z minus z dash, I am writing that z minus z dash here, z minus z dash is nothing but what, rho tan alpha, or else tan alpha is what, z minus z dash by rho, tan alpha is what, z minus z dash by rho. Okay, please go back to the video and see, we have z minus z dash as rho tan alpha, or tan alpha is what, z minus z dash by rho. Okay, means what, A, that is C, point C is z dash, okay, point A becomes what, if C is shifted to point A, that becomes what, z dash, means A should be 0 0 minus infinity, means that z minus z dash should be what, z is some constant, z dash, okay, for point A, tan alpha 1, z minus z dash. Okay, variable is not z dash, because we consider C may be shifted downside up to A, up to point B, means z minus z dash is nothing but what, minus infinity, and point, okay, alpha becomes alpha 1 for A, refer the diagram also, z minus infinity by rho. So that is z plus infinity, infinity plus something, infinity, infinity by something, infinity, means tan alpha 1 is what, infinity, means alpha 1 should be what, that is pi by 2, alpha 1 is what, pi by 2. Similarly Similarly, for point B, only change in what? Instead of taking the minus infinity, we need to take what? Point is 0 0 infinity, means z dash should be what? Infinity. That means z minus infinity. Okay, something minus infinity gives what? Minus infinity, means tan alpha 2 becomes what? Minus infinity, means alpha 2 should be what? Minus pi by 2. Clear? Alpha 1 is pi by 2 for infinite line charge, alpha 2 is minus pi by 2. Why? See here, or else substitute in. Okay, I will go back to this one. That is, if alpha becomes alpha 2 means point is what? Point B, z minus z dash. What is z dash? Z dash should be, okay, 0 0 z dash. That is z dash should be what? Infinity. That is z minus infinity by rho. It becomes what? That is tan alpha 2. Z minus infinity, something minus infinity gives what? That infinity only, means minus infinity. Okay, minus infinity by rho, something by infinity by something, that gives what? Infinity. That gives what? Alpha 2 equal to what? Minus pi by 2. Clear? Alpha 1 is pi by 2. From this discussion we have what? Alpha 1 is pi by 2 and alpha 2 is minus pi by 2. Let us substitute that alpha 1 as pi by 2 and alpha 2 is minus pi by 2. We will get E bar as what? E bar equal to rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught minus sin pi by 2, sin alpha 2 means that is sin of minus pi by 2, minus sin alpha 1 means sin pi by 2 into a rho that is what? Rho L, E bar equal to what? Rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught minus sin alpha 2. Sin alpha 2 means what? I am writing here, sin alpha 2 means sin of minus pi by 2, that is minus 1, minus sin alpha 1. Alpha 1 is what? Pi by 2. Sin pi by 2, already here you have minus, sin pi by 2 gives what? 1 plus cos alpha 2. What is cos alpha 2? Cos of minus pi by 2, that is 0, minus cos alpha 1, that is also 0, into Az. Here I forgot one thing, that is what? Into a rho. Means this E bar equal to what? Rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 that is minus 2, minus of minus 2, that gives what? Plus 2 into a rho. Finally we will get this one, E bar equal to what? Rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, of course 2 by 4 means what? That is rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught, into, I forgot one thing, here it is rho, here also rho is constant. Please refer that expression. Okay, actually it is rho L by 4 pi minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught rho. Basically here we have what? Rho square. Of course in the denominator that is rho cube, so that's why minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught rho. Here also rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught rho rho. I forgot. Okay, I forgot to write this part. Actually here you will get what? Sin alpha rho L by, before this we got what? Expression rho L by minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon rho. Why? Basically before that expression we got minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught, here rho square secant square alpha, here rho cube secant cube alpha. Okay, this rho square, this cube cancelled out. I forgot to write this part, so basically that is by rho 4 pi epsilon rho. Sorry for that one. Okay, basically here we have rho. Please refer that expression. Okay, it is my mistake only. Okay, we have definitely here rho. Okay, now rho L by 2 pi epsilon rho a rho. This is what? Electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. E bar equal to what? Finally we got E bar as what? E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught rho into a rho. What about this rho L? Rho L is line charge density, and what about rho? Rho is the perpendicular distance from reference axis, and what about A rho? A rho is the unit vector along perpendicular distance from reference axis. Okay, this is all about today's class. Of course, I did one mistake, sorry for that one. Actually, it is a lengthy derivation. That mistake is nothing but what? If I am correct, we got E as what? We got E as like this, that is minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. These are the constants. Inside the integration, we need to get what? Rho square secant square alpha d alpha into A rho plus tan alpha into A z by, here we will get what? Rho cube secant cube alpha. Okay, that means here this cube and this rho square cancelled out, this cube and this secant square alpha cancelled out. We can write this one as what? That is E bar equal to what? Minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught. Integration is from alpha 1 to alpha 2. Integration with respect to alpha means rho is constant, that is 1 by rho, that is minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught rho. I did mistake here only, I forgot to write this 1 by rho. Okay, sorry for that one once again. And here integral alpha 1 to alpha 2, 1 by secant alpha can be written as what? Cos alpha into A rho, and cos alpha into tan alpha. Tan alpha is nothing but sin alpha by cos alpha. This cos alpha and that cos alpha here numerator, 1 by secant alpha is cos alpha in the numerator. In case of tan alpha, it is in the denominator. Finally, we will get what? Sin alpha into A z. Okay, I forgot to write this 1 by rho. Of course, maybe in this step or next step I forgot to write that rho. Okay, in next step we need to write this E bar as what? Minus rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught rho integral alpha 1 to alpha 2 integration with respect to, okay, perform the integration, we will get what? That is integration of cos alpha gives what? Minus sin alpha into A rho, minus sin alpha into A rho, plus integration of that, okay, integral cos alpha is nothing but sin alpha into A rho, and integration of sin alpha gives what? Minus cos alpha into A z. Limits are from alpha 1 to alpha 2. Okay, of course, we need to substitute upper limit and lower limit in this. Okay, to simplify this one, we need to substitute what? Upper limit and lower limit. After simplification, we will get electric field intensity due to infinite line charges like this. Okay, this is a lengthy derivation but a simple one. Okay, this is all about today's class. We will meet in next class. Thank you.